I'm Real Genetic Demon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 12, Volume 3. And we're on to the second side of this tape that we actually attempted last week. Now, we know for a fact, because I got to the end of this one, I swapped it over, we know for a fact there's some pokes on there, but I also know there's some music on here. So we're going to give it a try. This is either going to be a very short tape or a very long tape. It seems to be an odd one. It seems to have pokes and a number of other things. It's almost like somebody did some cover tape stuff on there and there on the whole thing. So anyway, thank you to Mel again for sending these through. Mel LaBelle in the comments. Thank you for sending these through. This month, this sort of season is entirely sort of sponsored by his collection that he sent me through of games. So anyway, without further ado, let's get this into a tape drive.
Right, we're all set, but if you'd indulge me for a minute, I'd like to pay tribute to the big man who passed away just recently. So we'll just take a few seconds, if that's okay, and we'll continue on with the fun after that. Good old Sir Clive. Sir Clive, bringing joy to many a child, including myself. To be fair, he was the introduction to computing for me. He was the man that introduced me to computing. I didn't know who Sir Clive was when I got a Spectrum. I got a Sinclair Spectrum, ZX Spectrum back in the day. I didn't know who he was. However, over time, you kind of ran into lots of products that he created. I saw the digital watches, I saw the tiny tellies, I saw him on the TV quite a lot of the time, actually, to be honest with you. He was an inventor, wasn't he? He wasn't what you would call an entrepreneur as such. He was an inventor. It was ideas for him. He was an ideas man at the end of the day. He created lots and lots of interesting things that were they were successful in their design and concept and whatever else. He made all the things that you wanted to happen, like the tiny televisions, the digital watches, the pocket calculator, all these affordable things. And then, unfortunately, usually somebody came along and actually made it better. But that doesn't necessarily mean he was wrong. Everybody else came along and did it sort of better, realistically, except for, of course, the Spectrum. But then, of course, I'm sitting in front of effectively an Amstrad-made +2 grey at this moment in time. So I mean, he did do it all. He did invent a lot of things. And one of the funny things is, I was looking it up when he passed away just this week, and I was looking at he had a Twitter account. I don't know if you're aware of this, and his Twitter account has like two Twitter entries on it. One of which is, I think one of them was, I'm really looking forward to the arrival of the new Mac. Leopard OS, I think it was, or something similar, and I'm assuming that really is his account, and I wouldn't see that it wasn't. By the way, that was some pokes, by the way, with just a button to press to load them. So I've just cleared that off the screen. But yeah, there was, and those were kind of his tweets, and I believe that he did actually have quite a love for Apple. I think he was quite an Apple lover. I think he liked the idea of the Apple things, the simplicity and of the nature of it, and I think that's what really kind of goes with a lot of his products. So I think they were quite simple to use. I mean, the Spectrum itself was for the masses. It was a cheap, effective computer for the masses, and I mean, it did what it was meant to do, which was fantastic. I'm hoping that wasn't just what was on this side of the tape, by the way. Yeah, thanks again to Mel LaBelle for these. I'm sure it'll pop up in the comments below. What? I mean, how did everybody else discover Sir Clive? I mean, obviously most of us had Spectrums or something similar 8-bit wise, and we certainly knew about it. But I mean, I didn't really know of Sir Clive until later, if that makes sense. I understood that this is the man that was doing various bits and pieces sort of along the way, with lots of weird and wonderful technology. And I remember seeing the adverts for the C5 and things like that, and the tomorrow's technology, and the fact that it's there. To be fair, the C5, although everybody sees it as a complete and utter failure, it was not. It was the birth of effectively mobility scooters. So they kind of came along because, oh my god, Demon, it's me! Oh my god, it's Demon's Revenge! Wow, oh my god, this is so weird. I just bought this. This is a Firebird game, and I bought this quite literally the other day. This is so weird. Wow, that's just proper freaked me out, that has. I literally bought this the other day and it arrived. I didn't think I had it in my collection, and I definitely didn't, so I thought I'd buy it, because I've been kind of collecting the Firebirds, but with the newer sort of covers on them. I've got all the Firebirds with the white labels, but I haven't got all of the ones in between, and I know some quite expensive ones amongst that. But I thought I'd start collecting a few of those, and I picked up a couple, and I picked up Demon's Revenge. It's really weird that I'm gonna go grab it actually. I'm gonna look at the cover while we're doing that. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to Sir Clive though, I didn't know that until I sort of saw him later. But as I say, mobility scooters were actually where he should. Funnily enough, that's where he should have gone with his transportation. And I mean, let's be honest, electric vehicles. Tesla? Anybody? You know, that kind of thing. They did happen, didn't they? You've got the one from Volvo, which is called Polestar, which isn't just an all-electric vehicle now. You even have trucks that are very hybrid. I mean, he wasn't completely wrong with his idea of electric, was he? It wasn't probably not implemented quite the way it should have been, because I think you were very low to the road. I remember that. So the C5s are all very low to the road, aren't they? So it's kind of the kind of thing. But it wasn't. It was fold-up bikes that were the other thing he was doing, wasn't it? Towards the end, it was fold-up bikes was his big thing. So, yeah. That was Sir Clive. Sir Clive was he was inventor. I think he would be happier being known as an inventor than necessarily as an entrepreneur. Because I think that came. I think people would have supported him anyway with the way the technology went and the way he did things. So. I like this loading, by the way. This is a really interesting thing. I don't know if you know this about this loader, so I've never actually tried it or not. If it crashes, say on the number 6 here, it's on now, and you rewind it, you can search for it again, and it searches the small chunks, so you don't lose your install. You know that whole thing where your Spectrum game crashes, and you lose it? You can actually rewind a Firebird tape to the one before. The only disadvantage with it is, it's probably one of the slower loaders of the whole things, because it kind of does this twofold of checking the data, So it's load, check data, load, check data, load, check data, load, check data, and that's what it's doing. So it's kind of that kind of thing. I'm going to grab this case. You just stay there. I'll be back in a second. I'm not far away. Hang on. Got a new chair, you see. I'm sitting on a new chair. Let's have a little look where I'm at. See ya, I know it is. There it is. Got it. Demon's Revenge. Demon's Revenge. It looks from the cover, it looks very, I don't know how to describe that. A Japanese style demon. It's got a big orange head, that's for certain, and a wizard who looks. I'm not sure what that wizard's doing. Is he in agony? He could be in agony. Either that, he's pleasuring himself. It's one of the two. Shall we go with agony because the beast has arrived? Maybe something like that. So yeah, I bought this one recently, and it is about one day Merlin Junior's master was away on a sorcery seminar and left him in charge. Unfortunately, he does something very. I can't read the writing; it's far too blooming small. I haven't got me going on. Where's my magnifying glass? There's a look. I can't think of a better celebration of anything though that Sinclair other than playing on the Spectrum. I love the blooming Spectrum. Do you know what though? Do you know what the last official? And I know this probably sadden a few people, but technically, the last official authorized Sinclair product. But you got to remember that Sky owns B Sky B. owns the licensing and the trademark to it, but it was with the blessing of Sir Clive, was technically the ZX Spectrum Vega. I wonder now whether there's going to be a little bit of rush on the Vega. We're not talking about the Plus one because that was no longer supported by Sky after the tremendous sort of fallout of that second Indigo campaign. But that very first Indigo campaign, which was successful and got to the end and produced a composite output device on the TV, and a lot of it features on my channel because I did it. There's a box opening and everything. You should, check it out if you like. I liked mine. I think it was the nostalgia of going back to something Spectrum, and then that really kind of fueled my return to retro gaming, to be honest with you. So, and it was effectively an official Sinclair product with his blessing. So, technically, that's the last one. So, as much hate as the Plus got, and a lot of hate for the Vega to some extent as well, you've got to remember it kind of spawned a few things. A lot of things were born after the Vega was very successful. I don't think you'd have got the Commodore 64 Maxi and Mini. I don't think that would have got the Amiga Mini that's coming along shortly. That's coming. I don't think that. I think Nintendo were always on the way with their little one, but let's they're just mini ones, the super ones. But I think the real love for a bit of retro again really came from sort of some of those things, especially in the UK. Anyway, they must have sold enough to make it justified. I think they sold £500,000 worth at the beginning, and there's plenty of them. There's a fair number of them. There's at least 1,000 because I was one of the first 1,000 productions because I backed the thing. Let me have let's have a look and see if I can read these instructions. I'm dropping everything everywhere today. It's been a busy day, to be honest with you. I've been working out about. In sort of because of sort of I don't know work related things. I can't believe Demon's Revenge is on here. This is really weird. Got to redefine the key. Merlin Junior's master is away at sorcery seminar and left him in charge. Unfortunate fit of clumsiness. Merlin Junior knocks over and broke 4 innocent looking jars, which unbeknownst to him contained 4 talismans of Trodor the Demon. Now the evil power is free and the castle is up to no good. Merlin Jr. must restore the 4 talismans to the temples at the heart of the castle before the demon can have his revenge. So basically we've got to wander around, it looks like. Let's look at the instructions. Casting spells. I've got keys. Objects to be used. Y fronts to be placed over drawers. Socks to be placed over drawers, leaf to be placed over plotted plants, bones to be placed on skeletons, matches to be placed on fireplaces, coin to be placed on treasure chests, knives to be placed on tables, and Zeds to be placed over beds. Right, okay. That sounds reasonable. Pick up space. I don't need to use any of these keys, symbol shifts and all this kind of stuff. Let's define the keys anyway, and we'll have a go. A Demon's Revenge. Nothing to do with me. No, I'm not in it. I'm not revenging anything. I'm not Trodor. I should change my name to Trodor. Anyway, let's do it. Forward. Oh. Right. Backwards. Left. I hate that when they do that. Space is M. Are these correct? Yes, because we need the space bar and other things for other buttons. Right. Oh, okay. That's us. Now we're around. Oh, okay. Yeah, alright. He goes round the shapes. Oh, okay. The skeletons are mental, aren't they? Can I pick them up? Zeds go on beds. So if we press space on that. Space. Space. Enter. Go enter. Right, okay. Zeds go on beds. So there's a bed. Zed. No, it's just dumped them on the floor there. That's no good. That's not the kind of bed I was thinking it was going to be. Kind of weird, isn't it? Don't know if this is featured before in What's on the Tape. We've got Zeds. We've got a key now. Can I open the door with a key? Symbol shift does something. Symbol shift changes what I'm carrying. There we go. And then that looks like a door. Does that look like a door to you? I think that's a door. Nope. Let's put the Zeds on the beds. Fire. That's a door. There's definitely a door. Right, symbol shift. No, that's me dropping stuff on the floor. Let's pick up the Zeds again. Symbol shift. Oh, I've got through it. There, I can open the doors now. There's a bottle of grog. Can we pick that up? No. Alright, we've got the door open. Can't go through that. But once I've got the key, I can go through that. But I need to activate the key, and then I can go through. Great. So I can go... There's another set of Zeds. I've got to find all of the bits of... whatever it's called. I've picked up a bit of him. There it is. I've got the circle one. So there's one of the parts of him. That's cool. We've got that. Not sure where we go with it, but we've got it. Is that a door? That's a door. There's some Zeds again. Oh, I can't get out now. I've got myself stuck in here. Something goes on bones. Matches go in fireplaces. You'd think I'd be able to put that on the bed, wouldn't you? Hang on. Change to the Zs. I'm not really sure what I'm meant to be doing here. If you do ever play Demon's Revenge, you might have done, because it was a budget game, wasn't it? It was a budget game. Do you know, I have a theory on the budget games. I'm sure I waxed lyrical about it last week, but my theory on the budget games was that the reason why you might copy certain budget games if they weren't particularly good. I think that's what happened. It's kind of like somebody went, "Oh, they're sort of good enough, but I don't really fancy them that much." So I think we sort of gave it a little bit of I gave it a little thing there, if that makes sense. Not sure about this one. Can't work out what to do now. I'm kind of. At least you don't die particularly quickly, if that makes sense. I'm like there. It's taking a fair old look. I'm running into them intentionally. And it's taking a fair old. I'm taking a fair old whack of damage, and I'm not really dying. That's quite good. I quite like that, because that gives you that chance to sort of do things. I notice he's got no face though. Look at that. How mysterious is Merlin's Junior's, whatever else it is. The thing that bugs me is that it says something about beds and putting Zs on them, but there's definitely a bed there, and I've got the Zs, and it won't go on the blooming bed. No, it won't go on the bed. Yeah, I don't know. Light Lost, Evil 1. Okay, Light Lost, Evil 1. Let's see what else is on the tape. Yeah, that's an interesting one, that one is. That kind of... yeah, the graphics are alright. Not sure what I was meant to be doing, though. It was a little bit convoluted, that one. I'm not sure what was going on with that one, so... saves me loading it off the other tape, though, to be honest with you. I will have to load it at some point. I'll have to do a separate one if I can actually work out what the bloomin' X happening on it. Let's do a separate video on that. I've got long gaps on these tapes. I hope you've got a beverage as well, by the way. Not something to celebrate Sir Clive with. Mine's coffee, as usual, so celebrating my Spectrum with a coffee. Oh, coffee is good. Coffee is good. Yeah, definitely. It was a weird thing, though. I mean, he's one of those things. I can't think of a similar sort of inventor now that's similar to Sir Clive. I can't think of anybody. It's kind of. Yeah, it was kind of he just does nothing quite similar. Quantum Leap or QL wasn't particularly popular. I've got one of those. It's not. It needs service badly, unfortunately. I never got around to getting it done, and then I need to get the add-on for it. I don't know how many sold of the Quantum Leap or QL. It was a funny one because he had his micro drives in it. He quite liked his little tape-based micro drive things. I've got a micro drive thing in it, mine. But then it went on to the 3.5-inch disc later. I think that was with once the merger or the takeover by Amstrad had happened. Of course, Amstrad approached it completely different. They were out to sell computers to the masses and en masse. A bit like Sir Clive's original plan was, to sell it to everybody, make an affordable computer, bring us all into the same sort of day and age. To be fair, what a difference that. Can you imagine if that hadn't happened in this country? Push off, you disgusting perv. That's Streaker. Played this one before. It's actually featured on the channel at least once, I think, maybe twice. It's about a little chubby guy who goes on a night to some planet, gets a little drunk, and then loses his underpants. It's happened to most of us. You know it has. Propped against the door and released into the building or something. I don't know. It happens. Oh, coffee's good. Sorry, I was having a quick sip there. I was enjoying my coffee, stepping back for a cup of coffee. Push off, you disgusting pervert. These are the kind of edgy games, weren't they? That were kind of there. That were sort of very edgy. I mean, the thing about Streaker is you have to find all your clothes. So I think you escape the planet or something similar because you're on some pleasure planet of some sort. And then you go from there. Yeah. I can only remember ever getting his Y fronts, and once you get a certain amount of clothing, certain other places let you get in, but if you don't get a certain amount of clothing, you can't get in, because obviously there's a strict dress code, and just being in your Y fronts in some places is really not the kind of thing, especially when they want you to wear a top hat and tails or something similar. So, yeah, you would do. It's action adventure, I guess. Always reminds me more of Everyone's a Wally, which, by the way, is an absolutely fantastic game that I just can't get on with. And graphically, it's stunning, and there's different characters that you can play as, and there's lots and lots of things that within the game, and it's an extremely large and sort of comprehensive game that I just can't get on with. Am I the only one? Are you anybody in the comments below? Anybody else get on with Everyone's a Wally? I can't get on with Everyone's a Wally. It's one of those games that I wish I could get on with, but it's not quite got on with me, maybe is the word that's correct. It's something similar. I always wanted to like it, and I always load it, and I used to wander around for a bit and then die a lot and then not really do it. It's one of those things. There's a whole lot of Wally games, isn't there? And I never really got on particularly well with most of them. They're very nice. Apart from possibly, is it the Autumn Maniac one, where he basically puts the cars together? I quite like that one because it's very arcadey. It's kind of different from the other ones, where you basically have to pick up the bits of the car and then put them all together in between two rooms and put them all together and then fuel up the car. And then I guess that's the aim of the game. But I kind of like that one. That one I kind of like. I mean, we've played what's the ones with his kids as well, where they're asleep and the department stores and all that kind of stuff. Never really quite got on with Everyone's a Wally. I have to admit though, I really liked. I don't know about you, but I have a nice collection of them. One of the things for me was when I went and got my Spectrum as a kid, and I had to choose the game. And I've told the story billions of times, but we need to hear it again. When I got the ZX Spectrum, bought the thing, bought it from Woolworths. I remember buying it from Woolworths. It was a Woolworths store. We got the cassette tape recorder, which I'm still looking for a replacement for, so it looks like it. It was a Philips one. It was really, had like a sort of orange pause button on it and silver. But anyway, tape recorder to go with it, because you need a tape recorder. Something they don't tell you. It's kind of an add-on. And I had to choose between two games, and I didn't go for Sheer Panic from Vision, which has got a lovely cover on it. It's a fantastic cover of this guy, little squishing aliens through the ground. It's basically Dig a Dan, where you basically dig a hole, the aliens fall in, you jump on their heads, and that's it. So, but I went for the Hungry Horace because I love the bright yellow, the blue of Hungry Horace in sort of his pixelated form, and the Sinclair across the top of it, and I really like that. And I've got quite a few games that just say that Sinclair on it. It's really very emotive, that, for me. But anyway, let's press a key. It will start. Okay. What can we do to move? We're moving. Keyboard. Space. Here we go. I'm hoping it's QAOP in space, but it probably isn't. What's the controls? Oh, I seem to have got it on the cursor keys. It's fine, I'll live with the cursor keys. So, we have to pick up things. So, yep, pick up the object. We pick up the telescope. Not sure what to do with that. Let's, no, can't drop the object. So, there we are. We've got our lovely moobs going. Beautiful, look at those bouncing things. Beautiful. I like the way they left my slippers, though. It's like they took everything else, but my slippers are like, nah, I'm not having them tartan slippers. You can keep them, pal. Exit the menu. Alright. There's a man in a boot. Just a head in a boot. And I can't remember. There's basically loads of objects. You've got to use them on certain things to get further. So I'm going to try and get in this house over here, and they're going to go away, you pervert. Push off, you disgusting pervert, said the man who sounds like a pervert in the house. I do love my moobs. They're beautiful. Thing of beauty, that, really, isn't it? I mean, it's a balding man with moobs and a large stomach. It's what all Spectrum players wanted to play when they were teenagers, of course. You know, it's just here we go. Just push off, you disgusting pervert. Hang on. Sorry, suitable tire must be worn before entry. I think it's the tartan. I think it's the tartan the slippers that are upsetting everybody. Come on, where's his underpants? Let's find some Y fronts. We'll have to go to the deeper areas of the world. Oh, we've got a handgun here. Let's pick up a handgun. Pick up object. Yes. Picked up a revolver. I can maybe mug somebody back again for a pair of underpants. Let's pick up this object as well. Why not? We picked up a cork. Push off, you disgusting pervert. I think there's a time limit as well at the top of the screen. Go away, you dirty little man. Dirty little man. What's that there then? You've picked up a mauve beam pad. Right, okay. Clock. Okay. Oh, we got in here. Have we got underpants here? Are they underpants on the floor? A bath towel. Can I wear the bath towel? Dress. Look, I can dress in a bath towel. Look. Bath towel. We're no longer as rude. However, his belly looks excellent like that. This is lovely. We're not so rude. We got a bath towel. I'm still a disgusting pervert though, because I'm wearing my bath towel. But at least I've got a bath towel. I forgot about the bath towel. So we've got a bath towel. We're no longer so disgusting. I'm not sure I actually like the bath towel. It makes his stomach look worse. Oh God, I got killed by him. Oh, he's taking my... Oh, he's stolen my underpants. Oh, I forgot they do that. That's right, they're thieves, aren't they? And if they can't steal something off you, they steal something else. So I'm assuming my bath towel's back here then. No, it's gone. My blooming bath towel's gone. It's no good. It's a. You know what? I mean, maybe this is a training simulator for when we get older. Is that what it was? There's a Spectrum tape recorder. Look. Let's jump this. Oh, because I've got no clothes. He just takes a life instead. That's right. He murders you. It's not nice. There's a cat. Let's get a cat. Let's pick up a cat. Pick up that object. It's a porcelain cat. I'm not sure what he wants from me. From the butcher's shop, there's a porcelain cat. I don't know what he's done with my... He can hand them back, you know. Could do with him handing back my underpants. It's like a haggis on the stairs or something. Anyway, we get that. And we'll go through here. I need to go right the way up now because I think we've lost our opportunity to go through there because I've lost my bath towel. After all that, I lost my bath towel. He's gonna clear off fatso. This is a respectable establishment. Oh, fat shaming. Don't be doing that. Oh, got exit. Let's drop an object. Drop an object. What do you want to drop? Let's drop. Exit that menu. Let's move along here. Let's push a button. Let's drop something. Let's drop... I don't know. Let's drop the mauve transmatter pad. Well, let's pick up this instead, because this looks like a hat to me. A magician's hat. Oh, right, okay. Can I... No, I can't dress in the magician's hat. I thought for a minute there I could dress in the magician's hat. There's loads of items in this game. Oh, there's another thief. Let's jump this fella. I've landed on him. He's taken a life. He's stolen a life. I remember it being quite hard, actually, this game, for this particular reason. These are all thieves, you see. They're all... Only thing they're interested in, if they haven't got clothes on you, they're interested in just taking your life instead, which is bizarre. No clothes. They take your life. What's that? That could be an item. Let's see if that's an item. There's a CPU there. There's so many items in this game, though. That's what I think my problem with it possibly is it's a bit... Got a nightcap. Can I put my nightcap on? No, I can't put the nightcap on. Let's just check that what I can do. No, I can't dress in a nightcap. So I've got slippers on, but I can't put a nightcap on. Can't do me Wee Willy Winky impression. Hang on. There's a key here. What's that? There's a little dude. Let's see if I can drop something here. Let's drop the cork. I picked up a robot. Go away, you dirty little man. You dirty little man. He's going across. It's a cherry bomb. Not doing very well here because we're a bit stuck because nobody will let us in. He's going to tell me to go away because I'm a dirty little man. Problem with this game is that I never really got enough time to kind of get into it fully. This will need a key, I suspect. Can't get through the locked doors. So there's a key upstairs. Let's get the key and see whether or not that opens that door. What about that then? We'll give that a try. Let's give that a try. I saw a key up here. That is always a good sign. If you've got a key, it may open doors. Let's drop an item. Let's drop the revolver. Let's pick up the key. Mauve key. It doesn't look like a mauve door to me, but I don't care. I'm going to try and open the open the door. Doesn't look like mauve. Looks like grey door to me. Oh. Right, okay, we'll try it anyway. See if it opens it. No. We are doing so badly here. Miscellaneous. That's one of them. That's what. No, it's not miscellaneous. MSC. It's one of them master, whatever it's called. Do you remember those master computer things that they used to do? Is that what it's called? Master computer? You know the one I mean. You know the one I mean. There's so many good items. It looks like it's such a good game, but at the same time, I'm doing so badly against these crazy critters. No, he's stuck his thing in my nose. Yeah, interesting. Streaker, did you ever play it? Did you ever get any further? I don't think I only ever got a pair of underpants, and I can't remember how I got the underpants, if I'm absolutely honest with you. I definitely got something, but I can't remember how I got the underpants. But anyway, let's push the play button. I'm actually surprised how much data's on this side of the tape. I thought for a minute there that it was going to be a quick one. I thought, oh, we're going to get straight to the music, and there's going to be nothing on here. But we actually have had things. Things have been in here. Last week was a bit of a week of, let's touch wood, poor loading. But this week we've definitely got things that are working and running. So, coffee again, little sup of coffee. It's a funny day to be honest with you though. My wife's not feeling very well. She's upstairs and she's taken to her bed. Daughter is desperately wanting me to go install Minecraft for her on a PC. and son's busy, so he's busy. He's wandering around. He's involving himself in things. He's got something to do. But that was. Do you know what? That was me tempting fate, wasn't it? When I said it. So we had many crashes so far. Paint box. This'll be. I think Melbourne House's paint box, because they didn't have their paint box product. Which was kind of, which was. I don't think I've got it, but I don't think I've ever loaded it. It's one of those games that I haven't loaded. I kind of like. I'm still a bit of a sucker for educational games. I really like the Mirrorsoft ones that they did. Was it Mirrorsoft? Yes, it's Mirrorsoft. Yeah, Mirrorsoft. I'm quite a sucker for the Mirrorsoft ones. I quite like that. I think they're really good. So I was just looking behind me, by the way. So that was what the pause was. I was looking behind me, but I do remember enjoying them quite a lot. Okay. Print and plot, paint box, graphics tools. I don't know if this is the this is the Melbourne House one, but either way. But I quite like the Mirrorsoft educational games. There was one that came up recently. Somebody pasted on Sinclair for Sale. They posted. I think it was. Is it Widget that did a few games? There was a Widget Princess's Castle or something similar. Garden of the Princess. They posted. They went, "Oh, is this really uncommon or whatever else?" And I just replied back, "Well, no, I've got one." You know, I don't think they're worth very much. They're like a fiver or something like that. Getting back to the whole buying whatever else is. I saw a thing on, you see, because this is the problem with cookies on the internet and your whatever else is browser, because obviously I've watched some of those things with these, you know, these shysters who are upping the prices of retro games for no good reason other than they're creating a bubble that doesn't really exist, which will then pop, and then some poor person other than them will end up holding all the cards, but holding all the babies of wrong things. I saw one about the American charity, is it Goodwill? And supposedly, and it was a report from some stupid computer thing, sort of saying that they'd found a sealed copy of Zelda on the NES, and they'd sold it for £411,000. Really? It's just blooming Zelda. I think they've even remade that one, haven't they, for the Switch? It's just Zelda. Anyway, I'm always at a loss. Yeah, sealed copy of it, $411,000 apparently. I take that with a total pinch of salt, because I'm assuming they sold it to one of these scum companies that are doing all the scum work that they're doing with it all. You know, helping pushing up the prices, faking it all so that people think that they're getting something out of it. You know, they sell shares in items like this as well. Did you know this? So basically, there'll be somebody who holds a supposed £1 million product, £1 million and Mario, you know, on the NES, and they will sell you small shares of it, and you speculate against it, and you could sell your share at any time, hoping that you make a little bit more money by selling your share. That is a scam in its own right. It's buying shares in it. Egg. You know, I mean, that's actually got me to the rude word there with that one. That just drives me nuts. Anyway, let's do some editing. Hurrah! Curse keys. Number 1. View the banks. Number 1. Oh, right. Okay, there's these little buttons here. So there's some buttons of these things that are already loaded in, so you can create your own scenery. Okay. Fourth menu. Let's go to the drawing board. Oh, that's how you create a character. Aha! This is how you make your own. You make your own thing. So I can use. So if I press A. I don't know what that does. I'm sketching. I'm drawing things. I don't know. Okay, that looks really good. It looks like a graphic editing package of some sort, though. I think it's for Precision Plotter. Number 2. A blank screen. Ink color. 3. We'll have some pink. Paper color. 0. Brightness. 1. So we should be able to plot with this. Line mode, and could save it. Oh well, yeah, it's a plotting program and an art package. I never personally. I don't know how you used to do your graphics. I used to write some games for myself back in the day. I used to. Thanks for that, Sir Clive. Brought me to computing. But anyway, but. I used to get graph paper out, and I used to use my graph paper, and I'd plot them because there were 8x8 squares that you could create. So basically, you could swap what happens when you press a capital A for you know, or a lowercase a, and you could change that graphical character so that within the game. So you could still have a, you know, there was a graphics command for those particular things. You could alter what was outputted from it. But I used to use a graph paper, and I used to just do this graph paper. I was just loading the same thing again, I think. Graph paper. So you know what's annoying me right this moment in time? I don't know why. I think it's quite a warm day today. There's 2 flies buzzing around in the blooming room, and I don't know why they're buzzing around. I think this is just the same thing, isn't it? Let's have a load it and see if it comes up with something else. Yeah. So anyway, but I used to use just graph paper, and then I would use the. Some people used bin. So bin was binary, so you do ones and zeros. So ones were on and zeros off. So that gave you the difference between the one colour or the other colour, basically. So that was how you did your ones and zeros on it. But it's how I learned about adding up and when I came to sort of later in life and I had to work on sort of big computer things, the maths of sort of calculating it didn't pass me by. It hadn't passed me by. I already knew how to do the mathematics of sort of adding bits together. So for instance, it was so there's 8 bits across the thing, and they basically added it as 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, and 128. So that was your 8 characters across it. So if you wanted to make a block in the position 128, it would be 128. But if you want to make one in the 1 section of it, it was 129, because it was 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, and that's how it worked. So you could add certain numbers up in it. So I used to use the actual mathematics of the 8-bit graphic to do it. If you wanted a full one, obviously it added up to 256, I think it is, or 55 I think it is. There's a 1 in there, you see. So 255 was a full line filled up. So you basically create 3 sets of those numbers downwards, and that was your 8x8 square. Simple. So if it was all coloured, a solid block, it was 255, 255, 255, 255 times 8, basically, that kind of thing. But I used to do that, and I used to like doing that, and I used to quite like doing the maths of it. And yes, I could. And the funny thing is, I found out about doing the binary element of it, with sort of as doing it as a bin command with sort of zeros and ones and all that, and filling it with 8 ones later. But by then I'd already got used to doing it with the quicker way of doing it, which was just the mathematics of the adding it all up. I really quite enjoyed that. It was clever stuff back in the day. And then, of course, you learn the other things, other tricks of the trade, which was almost like flipping those things. It doesn't really quite work with the Spectrum, but you'd flip those numbers for the reverse version for attaching 2 sides of a graphic sort of square. I mean, if you were talking about, funnily enough, the Nintendo Entertainment System that had some, that because of the way its sprites worked, that would be flipping backwards and forwards. It's my favourite example of this, of cheating with the whole thing. I don't know what this is really showing me, to be honest with you. Screen planner number 1. Yeah. I don't know what it's showing me. Anyway, one of my favourite examples of this, though, where you see the sprite being just flipped so that it saves on space, is, funnily enough, is Outrun. So the 1989 release of Outrun, and the arcade version and whatever else it is, there's a bit of data at the end of that, but I don't know why. I think it goes off a little bit. Let's just go a bit there. When the car turns, I think when it's going right, it's fine. When it goes left, the horse in the middle of the Ferrari flips. So it goes from facing one direction to the other. It's one of my favourite examples of where they kind of saved space by flipping the Ferrari. And I kind of like it. It's kind of a nice... It's like, let's literally save a few bytes by flipping the sprite. Rather than flipping anything else. But they must have only flipped that area of the car rather than the people in it, because obviously if you flip the people in it, they would be sitting in other seats, if that makes sense. So yeah, one of my favourite little foibles of Outrun is just that fact that the little car, and I think on the Spectrum version it does the same. I think it flips as well. I can't remember. I certainly remember seeing it on... I think the Mega Drive version does it. Certainly the PC Engine version does it. I think there's quite a lot that flip. I think even the modern-day Switch version, which, by the way, has not got a Ferrari in it, which for me is the most disappointing thing about it. I know it's stupid licensing. I mean, it is. It's just stupid licensing, and I know it's licensing. But I kind of miss the fact that I'm sure the licensing back in the day, if they did license it, this is Sega, from Ferrari, probably wasn't quite as expensive as it is nowadays. I think these people just got greedy. Because, let's be honest, Ferrari's a big brand name at this point. Everybody knows Ferrari. But they only ever think of cars with it. That's the thing, even though they probably own a bunch of other people, and they and luxury sports cars. But I don't think it really matters whether that luxury sports car. You know, if you got 50p for every copy you sold, you probably do nicely out of it. Realistically, I'm not suggesting that's how much they get, but it just seems odd. But it's really disappointing the Switch version doesn't actually have the original Ferrari, and it has a version of it. It's sort of slightly rounded on the edges. The thing is, they rounded it, but not in a good way. It's like really, really badly sort of rounded, if that makes sense. It's kind of naff. they took out the ridging and things like that on the side. The Ferrari Testarossa was a very uniquely different looking Ferrari because it had like splits down the side so that the wet for I guess for airflow and dragging it downwards and whatever else is. But it had these splits down the side. It's kind of a fat bottom on it and a thin front. So that's what I was thinking. It's quite a fat behind on it. So juicy. Went a bit too far there. But it was just an interesting car. When I first saw one of those, funnily enough, the first time I ever saw one of them, I almost went up to the owner and went, "You got the wrong colour, pal." I went over. I saw it was a yellow one, and it was in yellow, and I saw it and I was like, "It's the wrong colour. It has to be red, doesn't it?" I mean, this is the thing, isn't it? When you buy a Ferrari, I remember listening to the chaps on Top Gear. And I think it was David May, wasn't it? David May? Philip May? Brian May? Whichever he is. The May fella. He's one of those. He either plays in a rock band or doesn't. One of the two. Mr. May. I'm going to call him from now on. Mr. May. He went to the garage to buy a Ferrari and he was like, I'm not going to buy red. I bought a red one. Because I think that's the thing, isn't it? If you get to that kind of money and you can buy a Ferrari, I think the first thing you do is you go, I'm not gonna be like everybody else. And they all go and they all buy a red one, don't they? It's kind of like if you got a Ferrari, the first one you ever own has to be red. There's no other colours. It's just like it's not available in any other colours. You can have a Ferrari as long as it's in red. By the way, that was one of them misquoted, wasn't it, from Henry Ford? I think he said that you can have any Ford as long as it comes in black. Or people sort of often say that. It wasn't the case. It was just that they didn't make any other colour than black, if that makes sense. It wasn't. You couldn't have any colour as long as it's black. Just didn't make them in any colour. That was all. Oh, coffee's good. Love coffee. Frankenstein Jr. Don't think I've ever played it. Definitely got it. Was this one of the late in the day Codemasters games? I have a feeling it was. Did it come under the Codemasters title or did it come under Cartoon Time? Because there was this weird Cartoon Time label, and I'm not sure where that came from. In fact, I don't know where it came from at all. If you have any information about it, please put it in the comments below. I'm sure there was Cartoon because Ollie and Lisa ended up on that. Was that Codemasters? Am I getting myself confused here? Because Ollie and Lisa appeared on that, didn't they? Ollie and Lisa 3 appeared on the Cartoon Time one. I always thought it was Codemasters, but I'm thinking it's maybe not. Maybe it was like late in the day, Firebird, sort of bits and pieces from British Telecom. Don't know. You can imagine, though. You can imagine how the future would have been if W.H. Smiths hadn't made that absolutely tragic decision to not actually to continue supporting computer games and publishing and things like that. And if British Telecom had also seen it, stayed in it, we could actually find a world where we wouldn't be thinking about EA as the big bad or many other AAA companies. We might have been thinking about British Telecom and W.H. Smiths. However, at least they would have been, and to be fair, let's be patriotic here, at least they would have been big name British brands. But anyway, let's carry on. Let's select the keys. Fire, space, up, down, left, right. Oh, there I am. I'm Frankenstein. Oh, actually, nice big graphics. Look at him. He looked good. Got an evil grin on him, though, hasn't he? He's got a proper evil grin on him. I pick up the key by pressing the spacebar. I'm not sure what I'm meant to be doing, but I am definitely Frankensteining. Get off me, you ghosty beast! Oh God, he's attacking me. He's very quick at coming at me. I'm very good at not popping back through the door. think this has cropped up before. There's the door open with the key. That door doesn't open with that key, or maybe it just. Oh my God! I'm getting attacked. My heart's like popping out of my shoulder. I've died. Quite literally just died. Frankenstein Jr. by Paul Smith and somebody else. Right, space. Pick that up. It doesn't open that door. It seems to be only so doors that key opens. That's weird. So, I went in this room, and I went up to this wall here, and it opened the door, but went in this one, and it did open the door. So it didn't open previously. That one did open. Right. That is weird. Why is that one open and the other one not open? Let's go this way. See if I can open this door. Get off, mate. Stop. Stop. I'm absolutely trapped. No way to get away there. Right, let's try again. So we've got one key that doesn't seem to open any blooming doors other than that one there. You'd have to press spacebar on it to open it. So we've got the key that opens a single door. Let's see if we can get outside anyway with Frankenstein Jr. Let's go outside quick before the skeletons arrive. There we go, Frankenstein Jr. I do like looking at his graphics. It's nice solid graphics there. What's this one do? It's very dark. Ah, I'm getting eaten. I'm out. I was getting eaten by something. There's a crypt. Oh God, I've died. Really weird. I don't remember that one. I'm quite sure that appeared on Cartoon Time, but I'm not sure. It was one of those kind of games that I do remember. Do you remember was it CRL who did the original Frankenstein, Wolfman, and Jack the Ripper, I think it was. And they did those, and they got an 18 rating, which is almost unheard of for sort of games ever. And I was absolutely desperate to get them, because there was points where people got killed and there was blood on the screen. And then it was a text adventure. I don't know about you. Were you as disappointed as I was? I think we got music. We've hit the music. Are you ready? Are you ready? Brace yourselves, people. We've hit the music. I think that was the last on the tape, which is perfect. That was the last of the tape, but we've hit the music. Yeah, but were you disappointed? I mean, I quite like the thing as an adventure game, but I was quite disappointed that this was an 18 with so much blood. To be fair, it's one of the games I'm looking for. I should look hard for that one, to be honest with you. Okay, you ready? Brace yourselves. You got to spot the music now, guys. We got to spot the tune. This is where I get copyright things on the thing, so I can't actually monetize it. But hey, that's what the hell. Don't come easy to me. Oh, marvelous! We're on music time. What we got?
Up from last week's number 8 to this week's number 4.
Oh, it's
F.R.
the top
David.
boy.
The track is called Words. Up from 5 to 3. Michael Jackson, Beat It.
Beat it. Oh, I can't even play that one, by the way. Just sniffing at that one gets Michael Jackson's company coming round and banging on the door. Uh-oh. There's more of him. We got the top 40. Oh, beat it. Oh, beat it. Don't play this song. If I played for too long.
Last week at number 5, this week up to number 3. Michael Jackson, his latest single, it's called Beat It.
Beat
Still
It.
at number 2, Culture Club.
Culture Club. Number 2, Culture Club. Don't even know that one. What's that? Culture Club. I know. Oh, I know Culture Club, but I don't know the song. It sounds like quite an old one, that one, to be honest with you. That sounds like quite an old... That sounds like quite an old... That sounds like quite an old Culture Club. Not one I recognise. I want to know what number 1 was, don't you?
With the assistance of Helen Terry on the backing vocals, that is Boy George and Culture Club still there at number 2 in the Church of the Poisoned Mind. And here's
Church
the
of
chart
the Poisoned
rundown
Mind.
from 20 to 2.
20 20 to 2.
At number 20, Young, Free and Single, Sunfire. 19, Rosanna, Toto. 18, I Am, I'm Me, Twisted
Toto.
Sister. 17, Whistle Down the Wind, Nick Haywood.
Nick Haywood.
16, Keep Feeling, Fascination,
Which
The
is
Human League.
Fascination.
15, Fields of Fire, Big Country.
Oh.
14, True Love Ways, Cliff Richard and the LPO. 13, Snot Rap, Kenny Everett.
Kenny
12,
Everett.
Blue Monday, New Order. 11, Is There Something I Should Know, Duran Duran.
Duran
10,
Duran.
True, Spandau Ballet.
True.
9, The House That Jack Built, Tracy. 8, Utabia, Kajagoogoo. 7, Box Upbeat, Joe Boxers. 6, Love is a Stranger, Eurythmics.
Okay.
5, Breakaway, Tracy
Okay.
Ullman. 4, Words, F.R. David. 3, Beat It, Michael Jackson. And the number 2 record this week, Church of the Poison Mind by Culture Club.
Britain's number 1. Oh, what's this? What is it? I can't remember. Oh, guys, it's in my head as well. I can't remember what it is. Let's dance. Put on your red shoes. Dance. Mr. Bowie, in here. Is that right? Can't play it too long, though. I'm going to get myself into trouble here, you know. Just for you, I'm putting myself in trouble. I'm going to YouTube prison. Where I'm going to end up with all the small children who swear too much on the channels. Run with you. It's a good song, actually. It's a bit of a classic. Get your YouTube on and stick it on. Or at least get paid for it on the right channel. Yeah. Let's dance. Hang on. Have I passed it? I think we've passed it. Hang on. I think we've passed the last bit of it. Well, that's it. Well, we've had a good time. We've danced to David Bowie. We've enjoyed the whole thing, and we've spent a few minutes remembering Sir Clive. So, without further ado, thank you very much for joining me today. I've been your host, Real Genetic Demon, and I'll catch you next week. Bye bye now.